What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the AFC East Roundtable. Let's go, Buffalo! Let's go! Oh, I told y'all what was going to happen, baby. Y'all ignored me every step of the way. I tried to tell y'all, man. I told y'all who was going to win, Buffalo. I told you who the MVP was, Josh Allen. Come on, baby, Bills fans, stand up. Don't let them get away with it. Don't let them get away with it, Bills fans. I told y'all what was going to happen. We celebrating tonight. Let's bring on everybody else. What's up, fellas? I told you we were back. We back, Dan. We back.
Let's go on ahead, Bills Mafia. Spam Go Bills in the chat, because as the two true Bills fans, actually, I would probably also anoint Colby, because I've been seeing a lot of pro Bills posts from Colby.
That is true. He is a Bills fan.
Long, man. So there's
and you know we're going to address those takes today, Dan. We're going to address those takes.
Yeah. We're going to address those takes in detail. Bills Mafia, Spam Go Bills in the chat. Do not be shy. Smash that like button. And damn, shame on a lot of you in that damn chat, man. Shame on a lot of you and the gentleman on this panel that is wearing green. Oh, Dan, the Bills are going to beat the Ravens. Are you absolutely nuts, Dan? It doesn't matter. Dan, it doesn't matter that you had 5 players on defense out week 4. The Ravens are still going to cook you on the ground. Well, guess what, fools? The Buffalo Bills defense held Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry to a combined 130 rushing yards all game long. Defense showed up. Old-ass Von Miller out there making plays, fumble recoveries, about had a cardiac arrest returning that ball into the red zone. Pick after pick, fumble, pumpkin mode Lamar first half of the game. Put the death nail in those fools. The Baltimore Ravens are now what the Bills are to the Kansas City Chiefs. Regular season champions, competitive in the regular season against us, but when it comes into the playoffs, baby, Daddy Allen hangs sack and sends them to Cancun. Flock Nation, hope you're flocking to Cancun as we speak. Man, I've seen a couple of you come in here. I'm still looking for that one fool named Raven Life 716. Ravens for Life 716. I haven't seen that fool in 24 hours. We're going to need a status health check on that guy, because damn, I wouldn't show my face in front of a Dan Mitchell video, AFC's Roundtable video, in quite some damn time. I'd change my name, to be completely honest with you. Colby, talk to me, man. Another Bills fan up in here. What's good?
Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the show.
Yeah.
Hey, man, look. I got clowned too, Dan. You weren't the only one. I'm not even a Bills fan. I got clowned for saying that the Bills were going to win. You know what? We sat here and TD and Richie, they were acting like what we were saying was some obstrued, delusional take. And here's the thing, Richie, right?
Tripping.
When did I say that?
Everybody thinks that I'm a Bills fan, right? Everybody thinks that I'm a Bills fan and I want the Bills to win. That's not it. But I could sit here and I could be biased, and I could lie to each and every single one of you and tell you what I want to happen, or I could put my bias aside, do my job, and break down my analytics based off of who I think is going to win. And I thought that the Bills were going to win this game, and that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, Dan. And you know what? Here's the other thing.
It is.
Everybody's saying that I'm a Bills fan. I'm not a Bills fan. I just know the truth. Here's the other thing, too, is that, and I tweeted this out, and I got a lot of hell from Patriots fans. I simply don't understand it. I would rather see the Bills go to the Super Bowl than see the damn Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. I mean, respectfully.
I wonder why.
Respectfully, I don't have this hatred towards the Bills. If the Bills go to the Super Bowl, hell, if the Bills win the Super Bowl, what does that do to me as a Patriots fan? Damn, an in-division rival won a Super Bowl. I don't love it, but it's a whole lot better than the Chiefs winning another Super Bowl, continuing to hear how Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, and being compared to the New England Patriots and being told that they're a beher dynasty already. Hell no, I'm done with those stupid narratives. I can't deal with that. You know what team I'm rooting for out of all the teams left? Out of all the teams left in contention, I am the biggest damn Commanders fan, because I don't like the Eagles.
I hopped on that bandwagon too, baby. I like the Commanders in the Super Bowl.
I don't like the Chiefs.
Yeah, Commanders
Yeah.
gonna take us down. They're gonna take us down. But
Go Commanders.
No. Listen, man. What's gonna
this
happen
week-
is that this
this week-
Buffalo Bills,
Go
this
Bills.
Buffalo Bills team right here is putting belt to ass on anybody that dares show their face on the same field for the remainder of the season, folks. Listen, do me a favor. Book your flights to New Orleans while you can, while they're cheap, ladies and gentlemen. Bills Mafia is about to be taking over that place. Whether or not that it's Philly with a quarterback with a bum knee right now, or whether or not that it's Jaden Daniels, who is the man, by the way, but he's a rookie, and we're going to put a spanking on that too. However, man, you know what? I am riding high. And you know what? I do need to save TD because I'm sure some of his Finns fans are upset that he is wearing a Bills shirt. And it was actually something that I bet with TD at the beginning of this season that I entirely forgot about, but he reminded me once I was shocked seeing him wear a Bills shirt. And apparently I bet him that if the Buffalo Bills made it to the AFC Championship, which, oh my God, shocker, Dan Mitchell was right again. Damn, y'all are in shambles, ladies and gentlemen. That TD Finstock would have to wear that Bills shirt that he is notoriously known for wearing just a couple of years ago. And here he is. He is now my Bills counterpart. He is now the fourth representative of the Bills Roundtable, which is going to be going on Wednesday.
Thursday,
And,
man. Come on.
Thursday, man. We're going
TD,
to.
you should go on that show.
He
Oh,
is.
yeah.
He is. He's
Oh,
wearing
good.
that shirt.
Rep my team.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Hell yeah, man. He's coming on, and he's going to be a Bills fanboy for the remainder of the season. It's a beautiful thing. I'm looking forward to it. But Richie, we didn't have an opportunity of talking to you, seeing how you were feeling before we start unpacking the beauty that Sunday evening was.
Yeah, man. I think it's just like I'm the last one alive of like holds on to integrity of the division rivalry within this AFC East roundtable. You'll never in my life catch me on this channel wear another team's colors or be happy if a division opponent wins. Ever. I don't care what the status is. So I'm going to put my 10 toes down and wear my Jets green at all times. I'm going to root against the Bills with pride, just like the Bills fans root against the Jets with pride. All jokes aside, man, I mean, someone's got to be the hater of this because there's like a lot of love right now. I mean, now that TD's on your side and Colby's been kissing your ass all year, I got to come together here and hold my ground. All right? I picked the Baltimore Ravens to win, and I was wrong. I was wrong.
Yeah, nobody's gonna. I mean, nobody's.
Man, congratulations to the Bills. They deserve all the flowers right now. They absolutely did. They got the monkey off their back of the Baltimore Ravens, who spanked them in the regular season. And just like I said, the Bills beating the Chiefs in the regular season doesn't matter. The Ravens beating the Bills in the regular season doesn't matter because now you can throw away the Ravens beating up on the Bills in the regular season because the playoffs is where it all matters. And the Bills won when the pressure was at its highest. They played, I mean, we'll get into the game. I'm not going to give my analysis again, but they play better football in the game, and they won the game because of that. No mistakes, a lot of mistakes on the Baltimore side of things, and they took advantage of it. Undefeated in Buffalo. Never lost. Never lost. So congrats to Bills fans, but I'm sorry, Bills Mafia. I see some people like, all right, Richie's last. We got to get Richie on our side. You will absolutely never find me rooting for another team in this division. I got
Richie.
That's not who I am.
And Richie, that's why you're a hater, okay? Dan and Kobe sat here last week trying to tell you why the Buffalo Bills was going to win.
See, you were the one that was predicting the blowout. I was actually like saying this is not going to be a blowout. It's going to be a close game.
You sat here and talked trash the whole time on the league's MVP, thinking he wasn't going to pull it off. Richie,
I don't want to hear from y'all, bro. I don't want to hear from you.
Stop the hate, Richie. You need to go ahead and give them their props and get on board, Richie. They're the best team in the AFC, Richie. And you know we going to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, your MVP turned the game over. That's what he did. He turned the game over.
Pumpkin mode.
Who's we, TD? You're referring to them as we now?
Richie, you down bad. Stop hating. Just stop hating. We tried.
I'm not hating. I just gave him my flowers, and I was wrong on my pick.
You
that simple.
Wouldn't listen to us.
There was nothing wrong with picking the Ravens to win that game. There was also nothing wrong with picking the Bills to win that game. It was even Richie, for a reason.
But at the end of the day, the game is over now. Why you hating?
What did I say that's hate?
You're a hater, man. You won't give them their props.
I just
come on, man. Listen, man. Our team, we've been struggling. We've been fighting all year to get to this point, and you're still out here hating, man. Go ahead, Dan. We're not going to deal with this.
The only way that I'm rooting rooting for the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl if they get there is if they play the Philadelphia Eagles. That's because I simply cannot stand Philadelphia fans. And I also live in that area. So I quite honestly would like to walk down my street without getting jumped. So, but if you play the Commanders, I hope you know. Commanders all the way, baby.
Listen, man, I will say this to Bills fans. The stars are aligning because what are the odds? In 2025 is the year that Roundtable Sports gets accepted to cover the Super Bowl and that the Buffalo Bills are one win away. I mean, you guys have any idea what this would like? Do you guys have any idea what that would mean that we get to cover a potential Buffalo Bills Super Bowl appearance?
I told Richie that we only have hotels from Monday to Thursday. I will camp out with the homeless to stay in New Orleans, to be there, to be in the city
hotel, man.
When Buffalo goes crazy. All right.
If the Bills are in it, Dan, I think we got to extend the trip.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, most definitely.
Even though I've been trying to extend it already, and it's impossible to find a hotel.
All I know is Buffalo going to the Super Bowl. That's all I know. This whole
what are you extending it for, Richie? Are you trying to go to the Super, like the actual game?
Nah, I got Jake Asman.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's going to. Do you?
Yeah.
He's he's going to the Super Bowl. He works for ESPN. And he hit me up and he said that there's a lot of media parties on Friday and Saturday that if I'm there, I kind of want to network and go to a media party. So I'm I kind of want to extend my trip, not go to the game, but I don't want to miss out an opportunity to go to one of those private, cool things that he has access to through his people.
Well, listen, man, I can almost assure you that there will be happy hours each and every single night for media.
And I feel like Friday night is the peak night of there's no thing going on media. That's where everyone that's there to cover does stuff like that. Happy hours. They get lit basically. I want to get lit with Pat McAfee,
Fun fact. So Dan Mitchell is not drinking all of 2025.
Damn. Sober
Super Bowl, you're not having a drink?
Nope.
I like that, Dan.
Senior Bowl and Dan
Mitchell. I'm locking in, ladies and gentlemen.
I love to hear that, bro.
Right now, as a sports media mogul, I have to be.
You know what platform likes to hear that? X.
X does like to hear that.
Drunk Dan Mitchell on X.
They will miss me. They will miss me. X is gonna miss drunk Dan Mitchell.
It will.
No fear, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, I always know when Dan's drunk.
Bro, or Instagram stories.
Motivational tweet about how everybody doubted him.
For you? Was it the cruise that took you over the top? Then you're like, all right, I'm done drinking next year. What was it?
I will tell you what, man. That was a brutal hangover. 4-day hangover after the cruise. I was just you know what, dude. And plus, So I do have a couple of buddies that have done it for a year, and they're like, "Oh yeah, dude, trust me, you have to do it. It's great for business, mental clarity." And I'm trying to be fucking shredded, nasty shredded. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that's a pretty good move on my end.
It's a huge gain.
Poor Bob, bro. The more shredded you get, the more Bob gets to take a beat.
Or just switch to vodka, dude. Yeah, you be drinking the beer. Beer is gonna give you a beer gut, but if you want to, still get a little tipsy, just
California sober.
Vodka,
yes, I did not say that I would be completely. All right,
Dan,
California, baby.
I'll bring you some goodies, man. Senior
Dan
Bowl
just said you won't black out.
Please do so, my friend.
I'm your guy.
I'm a free agent. I'm a free agent for substance.
I'm your guy.
I'm just kidding.
Free agent.
Guys, just want to remind everybody, a week from today, we're going to be in Alabama, by the way. Minus TD.
We are going to be in Alabama for the Senior Bowl. We were super excited about that. But TD also got approved for Pro Bowl credentials in Disney. We're hoping that he can go and chat up. I saw that the skills competition was on Thursday, TD, and the game's on Sunday. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to finesse a couple of interviews over there. Obviously, Bills players will be there, but
we'll see, man. I'm just focused on my team right now, man. We got a chance to do something we never did.
All right, T, let's put your money where your mouth is. You got the Buffalo Bills winning this Super Bowl or what? They're at plus 250 right now on BetUS Sportsbook, the number one online sportsbook, folks. Make sure you guys take advantage of your 150% bonus on your first deposit. 150% bonus with the promo code YouTube150. This is interesting. Dan, I want to get your thoughts. The Eagles have the highest odds to win the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah, you know
at
what?
Plus 190. And
that
then the Chiefs the second and the Bills third.
That right there, Richie, that right there gives me even more confidence that we're about to go out there and win our first one, right? Because the media right now is an absolute shambles. I'm turning on ESPN and everyone's like, oh my God, the Bills, they didn't win that game. The Ravens lost that one because they have no integrity anymore. That's why people are lining up to watch Roundtable Sports nowadays, folks, because we tell you, TD and I and Colby have been telling you all year that it's the Bills' year, ladies and gents.
Richie Dowden.
All right. I love the continuous disrespect. The day that I tune in and I see a graphic that has the Buffalo Bills as heavy favorites to win any of these 2 remaining games is the day where I start to get nervous. Let me tell you something, my friends. Keep on doubting, baby. Keep on giving me that bulletin board material. Keep on giving this squad what they need.
Well, we'll see.
The whole damn thing. Go ahead.
There's a lot of fun prop bets already that's coming up for the Super Bowl. Also, if you guys didn't know, BetUS has a casino option. If you guys want to take advantage, you guys can play blackjack. You guys can do card. I mean, you gridiron gold. I mean, come on now. They got a lot of options over there on the casino. You can also play for fun, with no money at all, just like fake money. They got real money. Make sure you guys check out BetUS, and please gamble responsibly. We appreciate BetUS for being the proud sponsor. And my favorite part, I may be a little biased here about this website, is you go to the BetUS TV part of it, and you may see some familiar faces. There we go. Oh, we made it. Mama, I made it. Look at that. That's us. If you guys don't know, we have a show called The Huddle, weekdays, 3 p.m. EST on BetUS TV's YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys. Look at that.
Damn, they really
EST
saturated
weekdays.
you, bro.
Yo, they really saturated.
That is a cute-ass photo of you, Dan.
Bro,
in the sun,
I
baby.
look like I have some serious blood pressure issues with that picture right there, my
You
friend.
look stressed as hell, bro.
I look stressed as hell. I'm red as a tomato, baby. But listen, obviously, we need to talk about
Super chats.
Super chats. Number 1. What's up, TD? You are tripping today. Let's go, Chiefs. DD?
DD, guy, that's a
will
true
convince you
AFC
eventually.
East fan right there.
What are you fools going to say now? Will call.
The Chiefs,
listen,
Will.
man.
That's what I'm going to say, huh?
Jack,
How about that?
So Bills Mafia, listen, I actually have a survey that I would like to throw out there. Since watching this show, all right, how many times have you used fool in your everyday life in random conversation without thinking about it? I want to know if I have ingrained the term fool in your everyday vocabulary. I love it. I love it, folks. Please, it is a term that needs to be brought back on a regular basis. TD, you are a trooper. Respect, go Bills. Anthony? Dude, listen, TD, I told you Bills Mafia would welcome you with open arms. We need a TD like you, okay?
As long as we win this week, baby. That's all that matters.
Teleporting goalpost, $20. Hey, let's go, Buffalo. Silencing the haters 1 game at a time. The run to the Super Bowl is real. Got to make Richie interview some Bills players at the Super Bowl. Easy dub coming next week over the Chiefs. $20. Listen, man, that is the demonstration of positivity I need from Bills fans all season. And
yeah,
he's
but
been
you don't want
that
TD
all season long, baby.
You don't want TD to pick the Bills this week, because if TD picks the Bills,
It's already done, Kobe.
y'all
already
are
done.
losing.
We went to the Super Bowl,
Listen,
baby.
listen, it's done. It's done
already
in a
done.
positive light. It doesn't matter. No
already
curse
done, man.
is denying us from destiny right now,
That's
ladies
right.
and gentlemen.
That's right.
No curse is denying us from our destiny, and that destiny is Super Bowl LXI.
That's right.
Get on top of it.
LIX.
LIX, excuse me. Shame on everyone in here except Colby. He and Dan are the only 2 people who have been right. Thank you so much, Carls. I don't like to be right, but I am most of the time.
I'll
Thank
be
you
right
so
this
much.
week.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Teleporting goalpost, $5 donation. I am 19 months sober as of January 10th. I will be sober 20 months the day after the Super Bowl, 20 months sober and excited about my Bills winning, my friend. Listen, I love
Sober.
that, man. I love that. And you know what? I found myself to be a lot funnier since I've put down the booze. I don't know.
You've been a
what it
little
is.
less
For a
angry there,
second, I
Dan?
was just like, man, I'm not sure. Like, that's my sauce. That's what gets me going. But now, dude, I'm way quicker with it. I love it. I'm beautiful.
Are you
Your
drinking
fiance's
are you
like, you
drinking
know what,
extra
Dan, I
coffee
like
then?
this.
Dude, TD down bad. He said, F it, I'm switching over. Jay Alley just said that too. He's switching over, baby.
What is going
NFL
on?
I've always been
NFL refs fans, everyone knows what's going to happen on Sunday. NFL refs fans.
Yeah, them refs are going to
NFL
eat you in
refs
the butt,
fans,
bro.
once again, a manifesting butthurt fan that doesn't understand destiny when it slaps you in the damn face. Ladies and gentlemen.
Boys and girls.
All right. Anyway, we have to talk.
Can we all agree on
All right,
one
anyway,
thing,
we gotta
though?
talk.
We don't want to see the same thing year after year, right? Like for me, I want to enjoy the Super Bowl for the first time in a long time. It's always the Chiefs, and then on top of it always being the Chiefs.
What do you think
it's just
everybody was saying when it was always the
it's just
Patriots?
thing.
Colby, did you enjoy that?
But no, but it's not just that. What I'm saying though is that it's quite literally the exact same matchups. It's the Chiefs and then the Eagles, and then the Chiefs and then the 49ers, and then it's just like rotating every year. If it's gonna be the Chiefs again, at least give me the Commanders and let me watch a different matchup. That's all I'm
Jaden
saying.
Daniels, baby. Yeah, screw the Eagles. I'm aligned with you on that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So Richie would probably go absolutely nuts if it was the Bills and the Eagles. Who in the hell is he going to choose in that? Ugh, I don't know. I don't know, man. That sounds like a mental battle.
Oh, it's
right
pretty easy, but still screw the Eagles, you know?
Oh, man. All right. All right. Anyway, folks, let's unpack this damn game because this game, let me tell you what, was very intriguing. Very, very intriguing. I'm going to start off with Colby since he was the one that ultimately ended up picking the Buffalo Bills to win it.
For it, Dan.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, man. What did you get from that game? Biggest standouts? Talk to the Bills, Mafia. Talk to me.
I would say my biggest concern, I'm going to start with that. My biggest concern for the Bills, and this is what I'll be very curious to see moving forward as, Wednesday comes along and we start to talk about what is their matchup going to look like against the Chiefs, breaking that game down, who do you think is going to win, is going to be the injuries for the Buffalo Bills because you had a couple of guys go down, especially a couple of key guys in that secondary. I do like, moving forward how the Bills will match up against the Kansas City Chiefs from a defensive standpoint to their offense, but that's going to start with making sure that the guys that you lost in this game are going to be healthy. So that's my biggest takeaway, my biggest concern here, but you guys were able to make opportunities happen. The thing though is that Lamar Jackson, he turns the ball over a lot, right? He's one of the most turnover-prone quarterbacks in the National Football League this season. He puts the ball on the ground. He throws picks. You guys were able to take advantage of that. You had, I believe, 3 turnovers on the Baltimore Ravens overall. That allowed you to win this game. It was a very close game. And you're going to have to definitely adjust some things because if it wasn't for those 3 turnovers, I don't know if you win this game. And Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, they don't turn the ball over the way that Lamar does. But because you got those turnovers, because your defense was able to step up in the way that they did, you didn't really need your offense to do that much, right? Your defense, they put you in excellent field position. They were making plays all game. Josh Allen goes for 127, doesn't turn the ball over. James Cook goes for 67 rushing yards on 17 attempts, 3.9 yards on average. But you guys didn't turn the ball over, and that was the big thing that separated you from the Baltimore Ravens was the fact that you were able to play a clean football game. Now, ultimately, they had the better offensive production, but again, because you played the clean game, it didn't bite you in the butt when it mattered the most. It just felt like in pivotal moments, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, they crumbled. Mark Andrews drops the 2-point conversion that would have tied the game. That ultimately sealed their fate. So a lot of things where if just one little thing was different for the Ravens, just one small, minuscule thing, one less turnover, that 2-point conversion not being dropped, we could be talking about this game being wildly different. Nonetheless, though, you guys did what you had to do. You got away with the win, and now it's on to Kansas City, and this is going to be a different monster.
Damn, man. Holy hell. All right, TD, what do you got, brother? Talk to us, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, you got to give Buffalo Bills credit. At the end of the day, this was just a great game all around. The coaching was excellent. The offense did what they needed to do. The defense did just enough, And I'm gonna be honest, like Kobe said, those turnovers really hurt Baltimore. But like I said earlier today, Super Bowl teams that go to the Super Bowl, they don't just do it because they're good, but sometimes it takes a little bit of luck too. And all of and like I said earlier, this isn't to be negative, but Hall of Famers, some of the best to ever do it, even said, to win Super Bowls, it does take a little luck too. And it looks like the stars are aligning and Buffalo's getting that luck when they need it most. They also playing well at the end of the day. You just got to give the offense credit too in this game, because as much as Baltimore turned it over, I think it's understated that Buffalo didn't. Like, nothing in the game gave the Ravens oh, wow, yay, we got that from them, or we did this. Nothing. Buffalo protected the football in that weather. They were efficient. They didn't force anything, especially in that third quarter when Josh was getting frustrated, a few drives of punting. Didn't force anything. Just said, let's stick with it. Let's stick with it. And the Bills end up making more plays than Baltimore. That punch-out fumble was massive. That was the game to me. I ain't worried about that 2-point conversion and all of that, because they shouldn't even had to go for it if they'd have just kicked the field goal earlier. The game to me was that punch-out fumble on Andrews. And Lamar Jackson, man, at the end of the day, you sold. You sold. You had a phenomenal game, but you still sold. I mean, he doesn't get cut any slack. He sold in the biggest moment, and Josh Allen didn't. That's where you start to look at things a little different. You start to say to yourself, hey, could you really rank Lamar ahead of Josh? Because in the big moments when it matters most, one guy sells and the other one doesn't. Lamar's gonna have to eat that for some time until he actually get to a Super Bowl. He ain't got to win it. He needs to figure out how to get through the playoffs and at least get to a Super Bowl. But right now, Josh Allen's in the driver's seat of the AFC. And I feel like this Buffalo Bills team getting a little bit healthy. Well, let me back up off a little bit healthy. Y'all sustained some significant injuries that I don't know the prognosis. I don't know if those guys are okay in your secondary, but I think that's worthy of keeping an eye on this week. But I'll say this overall, man, congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. The better team won. I feel like from a matchup standpoint, Baltimore was the better team, but it didn't matter because they didn't win. Buffalo did. Therefore, Buffalo is the better team because through it all, they found a way to get it done over the Baltimore Ravens. And give McDermott some credit, man. Give McDermott some credit. This team came out poised. Again, they didn't force anything. Nothing was forced. And Josh Allen, whoa, that was almost picked. Nah, not even that. I don't remember any of that. So, yeah, and I know I'm wearing this shirt because I lost the bet, which is fine. I'm not saying that the Glazed Buffalo, but y'all deserve to be in the AFC Championship game. Y'all deserve to. You were the better team. And, hey, Josh Allen is about to go to the Super Bowl, man, in my opinion, and we'll talk about that on Wednesday. But, yeah, and I'm not saying that to troll. People like, TD just saying that to jinx him. Well, maybe that too, but I do truly believe that they are about to go to the Super Bowl, like all trolling aside, because I know that there was only one team to stand in their way that was a matchup nightmare, and that was the Baltimore Ravens, and they just went through them. Now I got a new team that I know will take them down, but they got to make it there first, so we'll see. We'll see. The best quarterback in the NFL. I'll give Josh Allen.
The Patriots aren't playing in the Super Bowl.
No, Jaden Daniels, man, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. But I will give Josh Allen the second best. Right now over Mahomes and Lamar. Over Mahomes and Lamar.
Wow.
And guess what? Josh Allen had a pedestrian day. He had a Jalen Hurts day, but it don't matter. In moments like that, as long as you don't help your team lose and you help them win, it's all that matters.
Wait, do you just realize, TD? We got to be very thankful. You know how close the Patriots were to get Jaden Daniels? Woo! He might have been our division. One pick away.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
they got Drake May
They
instead.
got stuck with Drake May.
Yeah,
that's what's
a
annoying
stress release on our shoulders,
fans,
man. Right?
Patriots
Can you
fans
imagine
saying,
having
like,
Jaden Daniels in his division?
They
Oh,
couldn't have gotten Jaden Daniels. Yeah, you're gonna be saying in like 2-3 years, like, oh shit, they got Drake, man. Oh,
Ain't
you
nobody
know what?
gonna-
The only two
ain't
teams
nobody
that
worried
are
about
going to
no
be battling
Drake,
for it in the division is the
Ooh,
Bills
what a
and the
relief.
Patriots.
Man, nobody worried about no Drake May.
I know you
Stop that,
scared,
man.
bro. You
Drake May won't be
scared.
our
You
quarterback
out
in
here
3
hating
years.
on Drake May when you know that kid has shown poise. He's 1 year into his NFL career and you giving him
Hey,
hate.
Mac
Because
Jones
you
showed-
don't
That's
want him to
Jaden
be
Mac
Daniels.
good.
Jones showed poise in his first year.
Yeah, and then he lost everything. You know, he had a good offensive coordinator around him.
Kobe, you need to stop selling Drake May. Stop that crap.
I don't need to
Stop
sell
the
him.
mess.
The film does it for itself. So I'm
Boy.
supposed to believe what you two say, two haters in the division, over what multiple NFL executives have said he'll be a top 5 quarterback? That's an actual report. I don't know why you're laughing.
Hey, get the
You
report,
have Tua as quarterback. I promise you he'll be better than Tua.
Better than
I
Drake May.
promise you Drake May will be better than
Listen.
Tua.
Listen,
Chat,
better
who
than
are you
Drake May.
taking? Chat,
All right.
chat.
See what I
settle
did,
this. Who you
Dan? You see
taking?
that?
You
That's-
taking Tua?
Tell me what
or you
master at this
taking
at this
Drake
point,
May
Dan.
to
Give me
build
my
around?
Yeah.
Man,
Go ahead, let us
listen,
know.
man.
No. Listen, an absolute master. And you know what? This stream is exclusively about to be the only team in this division that brings any sort of happiness. All right. We are not discussing any other team here. Okay, folks. All right. Like
Oh,
this is a glaze-a-thon for the Buffalo Bills for the remainder of this
Come
episode.
on, I had
right?
the sliver in the AFC's roundtable. I'm just
I know
like
you
such
did.
a. It's just so. It's
Hey,
so hard.
listen. I know
not to
that
do
is
it.
the heart of this. Is just hearing completely
man, talk
atrocious.
about
takes.
Drake May.
Everybody in the chat is literally saying Drake.
I
that's cap.
love it, Richie.
Jordan Travis better than Drake May.
Richie,
Stop the
give
cap.
me
You haven't had a quarterback better than the Patriots in how long?
your analysis, Richie. Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Go ahead.
I'm just
Yeah.
thankful Jaden Daniels is not in the division. But listen, man, at the end of the day, I was wrong. And I picked the Baltimore Ravens to win this game. I've been on the Baltimore Ravens from the preseason, in the middle of the season, when they hit their little, sliver of adversity, when the Steelers looked like they were winning the division. I felt like the Ravens were still going to come out on top, and they did. And the reason why the Buffalo Bills won this game and the Baltimore Ravens lost this game is the Ravens lost it. And that's not and what I mean by that is they bit themselves in the foot. They made the losing plays when the Bills did nothing but, make winning plays. And a person that deserves a lot of credit, who does not get enough credit, and TD gave him the credit, which I love to hear, is Sean McDermott, right? We always think about Josh Allen as the Buffalo Bills. No. Sean McDermott is the Buffalo Bills as well. He's the head of the ship. He had a game plan. He has a mindset that it's instilling in this organization, in these players. They're playing the Buffalo Bill way, and you can tell. And you look at the Buffalo Bills, you think about them. They're not super talented compared to the Baltimore Ravens. They're not on paper. They don't have any all-pro on this roster outside of Josh Allen. And that right there tells you, how can you get to the AFC Championship game without any all-pros around your quarterback? And not to mention, Josh Allen, by the way, this is not a knock on him, but he didn't do anything in this game because he didn't have to. All Josh Allen needed to do was play safe, fundamental football, take the shots when he needed to, run the ball yourself, rely on James Cook in your running game, go underneath, give the ball to Shakir down the field. That throw in the first quarter was phenomenal. And the fact that the Buffalo Bills were able to win this game and not make any mistakes is how they won. So that is it. The Baltimore Ravens had 3 turnovers, and that's really the deciding factor. The Ravens turned it on in the second half. They were fighting back. They were playing their better brand of football, but the Buffalo Bills had the lead. They were playing with the lead beautifully. Did Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense get a little rattled in the second half after the adjustments? Yes, but at the end of the day, the Buffalo Bills defense came through. They did not allow Derrick Henry to get hot until the second half. They had a phenomenal game plan against Henry defensively in the first half, which shut them down. There was obviously a lot of weather issues that the Ravens were not prepared for, but the Buffalo Bills were. When you're the home team like the Buffalo Bills and you can, embrace the culture of the snow and the ice and you can actually play well in the elements, there's a huge advantage on your side. And that shows you why the Buffalo Bills like to have their stadium the way it is. We'll see how the new stadium is constructed. I know they're building it a certain way to handle the snow, even worse for the opponents, by the way. But the defense deserves love. Sean McDermott is the head of that defense as the head coach. He's the head of the ship of the entire organization. And Josh Allen, of course, playing turnover-free football, because the one knock on Josh Allen heading into the season is, as great as Josh Allen is, he turns the ball over way too much. But that's not the case this year. That was the one flaw of his game last year. Everyone always says, in my opinion, people felt like Josh Allen deserved MVP last year. You call me a hater all you want. I just don't believe anybody that has 18 interceptions deserves MVP. This year, Josh Allen cleaned that issue up, and this is why he has a chance to win the MVP. This is why he's in the AFC Championship game, because he cleaned up the turnovers. It was never an issue of his ability to put the team on his back and rushing and accuracy and mobility and pocket awareness and clutch. That was never the issue with Josh. It was turnovers, and he took that away completely, right? Mm-hmm. And the fact that they won that football game without Josh Allen having to flood the stat sheet shows you that the team around Josh Allen, the offensive players, the defensive players, they're buying into Sean McDermott's philosophy. They're playing fundamental, sound, smart football. And that is definitely something that Sean McDermott deserves credit for. But now, turn the page, and I know every Bills fan's on cloud nine, and I know every single person in America outside of Bills Mafia is rooting for you guys. But now you got the real enemy coming up. Nothing. Of course, enjoy this win. I would enjoy this Ravens win today, tomorrow, Wednesday, soak in it, and then flip the page and get ready for these Chiefs, because that is the real enemy. For being honest, the Ravens are not your real enemy. That was just an optic Ravens versus Bills fan base because Lamar versus Josh Allen MVP. That's like a battle. The war is between the Bills and the Chiefs. This is the real test. We're going to get into that, of course, on Wednesday. I'm not going to preview that game, but that's the real test. And I think the Buffalo Bills actually have a chance to beat the Chiefs. Like, if there was a chance for them to do it, it's this season. So we shall see. Congrats to Bills Mafia and the entire Bills organization for getting the job done and being undefeated in Buffalo.
So I'm going to tell you something, Richie. I am still a massive advocate for Lamar Jackson to win the MVP because I'm petty. I hope that he goes up there and his name is called for the MVP. And then the only thing people will be able to remember is this divisional matchup where he completely laid an egg when his team needed him the most. Lamar MV3, ladies and gentlemen. Scream it to the sky because I'm petty. I'm petty as hell. That's what I want to go down. Plus, I really don't like the numbers for people that win the MVP and play in the Super Bowl as well. That's not necessarily a curse that I would specifically want to put on my own quarterback. But, all right, listen, as far as this game, make no mistake, this was entirely the defense. And what makes this game that much more impressive was that this Buffalo Bills defense by itself completely switched their identity. Completely. I'm talking an entire identity shift, something we haven't seen in quite some time. This Buffalo Bills team was running 4-3 defense, which has not been seen in quite some time. The most man coverage that they have ran in 5+ years. They completely ended up taking aside their overall identity, and they were like, you know what? We are going to have to do some things different because this was a historic offense. All right. I did learn this from my buddy Kevin. This Ravens offense, everyone loved going on ahead and glazing the Lions and then, of course, the Buffalo Bills as well. But the Ravens DVOA was number one by 40%, meaning that they are performing 40% over expectations, which is something that has never been seen. So it goes to show you what Sean McDermott, somebody who quite regularly gets lambasted over several decisions playing soft defense at one specific point. And he had this team ready for this game. We were prepared. We had Taylor Rapp all over the field. As mentioned previously in this stream, we accomplished holding Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry to below 130 yards, unheard of entirely. Now, we did end up picking our poison because that's often what defenses need to do. If you want to shut down a key contributor to an offense, you have to allow something to hurt you, and that just so happens to be all of those tight end plays. Thank God that the one thing that the Ravens were able to do successfully last night, which was incorporating Mark Andrews, incorporating Isaiah Likely, they ultimately ended up shooting themselves in the foot in that category, Mark Andrews specifically twice. Love the 5-man rush. That was able to really lock Lamar Jackson inside of the pocket. Didn't really see him be able to move outside comfortably, extend plays that he was able to do, and our DBs ultimately ended up showing out. Make no mistake, without those turnovers from the Buffalo Bills, and I am even including the interception, although that it didn't translate into points, that was a momentum shifter. And then the fumble Well, I'm not going to say that Lamar went out there and he absolutely slipped on the field. That's certainly what your eyes would have told you had happened when you were watching it. But really what happened was that Ed Oliver absolutely blasted their rookie center so hard at the snap that it pushed him back, and the center tripped Lamar Jackson, which ultimately ended up leading into that fumble recovery. So this defense had a mission. They were well prepared for this game. And the offense, while they ended up doing their job, it was certainly not Buffalo Bills offense that we are used to. But I'll tell you what, it gives me more and more confidence walking into the AFC Championship, hopefully walking into the Super Bowl, is that this team is so sound from a fundamental standpoint that we can now rely on a game where we can have Josh Allen go out there and throw the cape on, which is something that was the only way this Buffalo Bills team could have won for the past 3 or 4 years. We can also win a game now with James Cook. We have seen him do it several times this year. Now, what we have proven is that when our defense is entirely healthy, for the most part, we can now rely on our defense to win us games. Somebody, I'm pretty sure it was Colin Cowherd, said this earlier today. And whether or not that you take his take seriously or you don't, I think there's some merit to what he ended up saying. He said that the Buffalo Bills are the new Kansas City Chiefs. They can win ugly, and they can win absolutely beautifully. And they're following the exact same model that Kansas City did the second that Tyreek Hill ultimately ended up leaving that organization.
That's like saying the Chiefs are the new Patriots.
No, it is what it is. Y'all, listen, y'all are laughing right now, but watch us go on ahead because we did the exact same thing. We were a fireworks team, but then ultimately we ended up transitioning over into this Buffalo Bills squad playing efficient, mistake-free football. It's beautiful.
Like the Chiefs of this year?
No. He was talking about that year where first year where they didn't have Tyreek Hill.
Last year. 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. The first year they didn't have Tyreek Hill, saying that we're mimicking that model. And that's precisely what it is. We dialed down the fireworks, and now we're just playing efficient, mistake-free football. And that's why we're sitting in the position that we are. So overall, a fantastic win from Buffalo. I'm already very confident about this game. Funny enough, the referee assignment, 6-2, the Buffalo Bills are opposed to the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 6-5. Weather report is already calling Clete Blakeman. Whether or not, then the weather report is supposed to be clear skies, only 5-mile-an-hour winds, 32 degrees, and a low of 28. So this AFC Championship is truly painting a picture where the best team will win. No outside factors are arguably going to affect this game by any stretch of the imagination. And as far as the injuries, so we heard that Christian Benford is in the concussion protocol. That is something Matt Milano hasn't been listed on the injury report, but he did sit out on the final 3 plays of the game. Some of our experts are suggesting that he, quote unquote, may have aggravated a knee. However, we saw a bunch of pictures of him in the locker room celebrating and stuff. He should be fine. And then Taylor Rapp, our safety, has a hip injury. He is, quote unquote, day-to-day. But we all know that day-to-day truly means we're going to see you next week when it's playoff time. So great win from Buffalo. I honestly didn't expect anything less. I pinned us as beating the Baltimore Ravens all week, all over social media. I'm just glad we got done with business.
Did you see what Josh Allen did after the game? Like in the locker room?
No, what did he do?
You just see McDermott talking, hyping up the team. You know, there's a camera in the, in the post game after the show in the locker, or after the game in the locker room, whatever. And everybody's just like focused, like looking at McDermott, just focused, listening. You just pan over to Josh Allen, smiling like Josh. He's like, and then all of a sudden he just starts clapping like a white person when the plane lands.
Yeah,
that was the funniest thing that I have seen, bro. But you know what the biggest thing I learned from the playoffs? That's nothing to do with the Bills, but the biggest thing I learned from the playoffs is that A.J. Brown's about to be a New England Patriot. Oh, A.J. Brown is done in Philly, and he's coming to New England, baby, so get ready.
So I think all of us are on the same page right now that the Washington Commanders are beating the Philadelphia Eagles next week.
Colby, if you want A.J. Brown, you got to buy his book.
No way you have it, dude. No way
I
you
got
have
it.
That.
I did. These types of books is exactly the type of books I like. So when I saw because I read these types of books myself, and the fact that this is about like inner development for the athlete perspective, professional sports, about the mind. I love the mind. I love studying our own brain. Part of me that not a lot of people of you know about me. There's a whole other side of me. But when I saw that AJ Brown recommended this book, I had to get it, and it's pretty good. So if you want AJ Brown,
I do want AJ Brown. Well, AJ Brown was actually a Patriots fan, and he said he cried when the Patriots passed up on him in the draft. Like he went in the closet and just bawled his eyes out. Now, obviously, Mike Vrabel being back in New England, Mike Vrabel was asked about bringing AJ Brown here to New England. He basically was like, "Yeah, if we can get him here, like we are going to bring him here." And AJ Brown has been vocally unhappy for months about his lack of usage. In 3 playoff games, he hasn't even eclipsed 50 yards, and obviously, he has it's rumored that he doesn't have a very good relationship with Jalen Hurts. So I think if he's going to be traded, baby, if he's going to be traded, he's going to New England, baby.
That's something I could definitely see happening.
It might be a lot of wide receiver moves.
I'm not going to rule that out. I actually can see that happening. Do want to give a quick little announcement. Not really an announcement, but you guys support what we do, and it would mean a lot to us if you guys can simply do us a favor right now and go to the link at the top of the chat and subscribe to Roundtable Sports main YouTube channel, man. The goal is to get to 20,000 subscribers. We're at 19.3K. All right, this channel is growing. TD and I had a hit Wake Up and Ball episode this morning. You guys killed it. Over 2,000 views and climbing. We had a sick, epic smackdown between the Commanders and the Lions creators. Unfortunately, we did not do the Bills-Ravens one, but we will be doing the Bills-Chiefs smackdown on this channel as well. The Roundtable cast was also a big hit. TD and I going live for the game. So if you guys can do us a favor, also, every Thursday we have Colby hosting our draft show, the Draftaholics, breaking down the tight ends, breaking down all the prospects, top 5 wide receivers in the works. They got Broshimo, who is one of the best NFL draft creators on YouTube, is part of it with Colby, with our Colts creator, Derek, and our Lions creator, Joseph Dion. So it would mean a lot to us, guys, if you can simply click the link at the top of the chat and just give us a subscribe right here to Roundtable Sports. This is the main channel. And then while you're here, you just click home and you can subscribe to all of our channels and support what we're building here, man. It's a lot of fun. We're growing something special, and you guys are a big part of it. And we appreciate all the support and all the love, man.
Absolutely.
Just throw it on in there. Throw that sub. Throw that.
We got the business cards, baby. Woo! It's like
we do.
I can't flip it around because I'll expose my info, but it's dope.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want your phone number getting leaked again.
Well, TD already exposed my phone number once.
Come on,
and Dolphins fans sending me death threats on my phone.
Straight from their bunk beds after eating their dino nuggets. I'm sure they were sending you death threats for that, baby. Eating their dino nuggets.
Dan, we're going to the Alabama, bro.
We are going.
Wait, but do you realize the Senior Bowl is going to be a very interesting experience for you, Dan? Because your mood is going to be. There's only 2 versions of you.
It's either I'm going to be.
Yeah. It's either level. Dan's on cloud 9, like the Bills are in the Super Bowl, and you're like you feel like a king, or you're just depressed Dan Mitchell going on a rampage and taking all your anger on these prospects.
You suck.
I'm going to be
Jackson Dart. You're
trying to be critical. Oh my God, I would be ruthlessly critical of every single one of them. Oh, these are bums. I'm done with it. I'm done.
Dan, we're winning. We're winning this weekend.
Hey, you know what, man? Listen, never a doubt. This is this team's year.
You know who's going to be at my studio next Sunday? My boy Colby.
Yeah, bro. I'm going over to Richie's
because we're flying out to Alabama together.
Yep.
Let's go, Colby.
It's going to be a party. We are either going to jump for joy or we're going to be crying in each other's arms, depending on what happens.
It's going to be a crazy game. And the Senior Bowl, we're excited. We got a lot of our creators from the Roundtable Sports Network headed to the Senior Bowl. You saw Dan Mitchell have the announcement. Let's show the graphic off, man. Look at Dan Mitchell out there.
Colby, stay away from reaching out, man. It'll put you to sleep, bro.
I could use it then.
Oh, my God. Can I guys tell you a story about when TD was over my apartment?
Go off.
I actually have a picture. TD, I didn't tell you this.
Wow, Richie, I'm suing you for real.
All right. Do you not want me to expose you?
That's messed up, Richie.
Man, no, I it's nothing but love. You deserve your sleep. I know that you barely get any rest, in your life because of, having have to deal with running a business and having kids. I can't even imagine. But I'm TD's over my apartment, right? My girlfriend's in her room working. And what she does, she's a therapist. So she's online therapy. She's working one-on-one with people. And she texts me, "What's that noise?" I'm like, "What noise?" She's like, "You don't hear that?" And I start like, and I listen, and I open up my studio door, and I see TD on my couch, passed out, the loudest snore you'll ever hear.
Damn.
Like a lawnmower.
Richie, I ain't getting no sleep that night, man.
No, I know. It's why I don't blame you, man. It's like you finally got your sleep, and I had to snap a picture of you. I gotta find it because you look
Get away from that couch, Kobe. It's like soft and
no, it's the greatest couch you'll ever sit on your entire existence.
I don't snore, I swear. We can
Bro.
tell your girlfriend that she don't got to worry.
The couch,
Okay,
the
listen,
couch is
I'll
phenomenal.
tell you what. You have convinced me to invest in a couch for the office. I feel like I need that.
It's not this couch, by the way. It's my living room couch.
This couch in the living room, man.
Oh, it's a different
Hey,
couch?
bro,
Yeah.
be careful on that content now.
But this couch is a good content couch, Dan. You know what I mean?
All right.
Oh,
All right. Well, folks, we thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Roundtable AFC East. Let's go ahead and knock out some of these last super chats, and then we will get you guys out of here. Everyone knows what's going to happen Sunday. The NFL refs fan Kamal Porter is saying, "Go get them, Bills. Good game, Dan and Mafia, Ravens flock." Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. A lot of respect there. I still feel we haven't even seen the entirety of Brady and Babbage's playbooks yet. We continue to have more plays to pull open each and every single week. Who knows? For Colby and all Pats fans, I don't want to hear about wanting something different for the Super Bowl after 2 decades of always being
Is this
there.
LaSalle?
It's LaSalle.
Yes.
So LaSalle, here's the thing. It's not that the Chiefs are there every year. It's not that. It's just I want the matchups to be different, right? It's all, like I said, it's always the Chiefs and 49ers or the Chiefs and the Eagles. Watch, according to this metric that the NFL has going on, it's going to be the Chiefs and Buccaneers next year. I just want to see a different matchup. It's going to be the Chiefs again. Give me the Commanders. That's all.
Oh my God. And the after game interview with J17 was fire. Yes, it was. Scott, Colby, what does your team need to get them over the hump in the offseason, whether it's through the draft or free agency, to get them over the hump more competitive?
Yeah, I think Mike Vrabel hit on it perfectly. He said that the Patriots have to build in the trenches. I believe the trenches are the second most important thing in football. Offensive line, defensive line. If you don't build through the trenches, you're never going to be a good football team. I think the number one most important thing is a quarterback. They address that. They hit on that. They have their guy. Now, the most important thing they have to address this offseason is the trenches. I think year 3, if you can adequately address the trenches this offseason, year 3, you can go out, you can do the sexy things. You can go get a running back in the first round, a tight end in the first round. You can go out and trade for a number 1 wide receiver. You can do the sexy pieces that build around your team, but do what you need to do first to build your overall core of your football team, and that's the trenches.
Good God, man. And Dan, are you ready for that 4th quarter PI call on the Bills? I hope not. All right, folks. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for tuning in.
Oh,
yeah. Found the
TV
picture
out there. Son Wood, ladies and gentlemen. Son Wood for us right there.
Dude.
All right.
I wish it was a video, bro, because you guys have no idea. There he was. That's the back end of the story, man. I'm telling you, that couch, if you want to get that couch, man, it's the greatest couch you'll ever get for your living room. It's unreal.
Richie, you're getting served tomorrow, Richie.
Some Ashley
man?
furniture.
Damages.
Damages.
That couch is comfortable, man. He did me wrong.
Bob's Furniture.
Bob's Furniture. Okay, look at
Little
that.
Bob.
Look at that little mom and pop
Bob's.
out of Long Island, huh?
Free ad for Bob's there.
Look at that. All right, folks. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of the AFC's Roundtable, powered by BetUS. As always, we will see you Wednesday night to unpack conference weekend.
Yeah, guys, check us out. AFC's Roundtable live Wednesday night. We'll see you on the huddle and the Wake Up and Ball tomorrow. Peace and love as always. Shout out to BetUS, like Dan said. Roundtable Sports, shout out to you. Congrats, Bills Mafia.
Josh Allen is no longer trash.
Thank you so much, sir.
We'll see how you guys do moving forward. Peace.
Till Monday.